Imagine a city made of steel, a city that moves. Day and night, it cuts through the ocean. 5,000 people, 100,000 tons of metal, and the noise never truly stops. Above, jets launch into the darkness. Below, sailors eat, shower, and try to rest, inside a warship that never sleeps. Here's the question: how do 5,000 sailors eat, shower, and sleep aboard one of the most powerful war machines ever built? Let's go below deck, into the steel maze that never sleeps. Every single day, the culinary staff aboard a carrier prepares around 17,000 to 18,000 meals: breakfast, lunch, dinner, and the famous midnight meal called mid-rats. It's a non-stop operation. While jets thunder off the deck above, deep inside the galley, more than 100 culinary specialists, or CSS, chop, fry, and serve around the clock. For 5,000 hungry sailors, food is fuel, and it must always be ready. The galley never sleeps. On a Nimitz-class carrier, there are usually 7 different galleys, from the massive mess decks where junior sailors eat, to the smaller, quieter wardrooms for officers. Each one follows a strict schedule to keep the flow constant. In a single day, the kitchen might use 1,600 kilograms of chicken, 160 gallons of milk, 30 boxes of cereal, and hundreds of pounds of lettuce and potatoes. The scale is staggering. Cooks work in shifts that overlap. There's no downtime. While one team preps breakfast, another cleans the night's leftovers, and a third is already planning for lunch. And just when dinner ends, it's time for mid-rats, the midnight rations that feed the sailors working through the night. For enlisted sailors, meals are quick and practical. Buffet-style lines, metal trays, self-service. You grab your food, sit with your crew, talk fast, and leave fast. Most get only 20 to 30 minutes to eat before the next wave arrives. Meanwhile, higher-ranking sailors, chiefs and officers, dine in smaller, more comfortable spaces. The food is similar, but with more options and better presentation. In the wardroom, the officer's dining room, you might see steaks or fresh fruit when supplies allow. And once a year, during holidays like Thanksgiving or Christmas, the entire ship transforms. Officers and senior leaders put on aprons and serve the junior sailors, carving turkey, scooping mashed potatoes, and offering a taste of home in the middle of the sea. Because out here, a good meal isn't just about calories, it's about morale. It's the one time of day everyone feels human again, before the endless rhythm of duty takes over. But food is just one part of survival. There's something even more precious than a hot meal: water. On a ship surrounded by nothing but salt water, every drop of fresh water is precious. An aircraft carrier doesn't rely on land for water, it makes its own. Below decks, massive desalination and distillation systems work around the clock, turning seawater into over 400,000 gallons of drinkable water every day, enough to fill half an Olympic pool. That water keeps the ship alive. It's used for cooking, drinking, cleaning, and cooling machinery. But even with that supply, sailors are trained to conserve. Because if a distilling unit breaks or power is diverted during flight operations, every gallon counts. On some deployments, a single breakdown meant days of strict water rationing. Showers were cut to seconds, coffee machines went dark. Every sailor felt it. Out here, losing water isn't an inconvenience, it's a threat. That's where the Navy shower comes in, a ritual every sailor knows. Water on, get wet. Water off, soap up. Water on again, rinse fast. A complete shower can last less than 2 minutes. Most showers are located near the berthing compartments, small shared washrooms lined with metal stalls and plastic curtains. They're humid, noisy, and rarely private. Sometimes, sailors joke about racing to get hot water before the next watch rotation drains the tank. And when a general alarm goes off mid-shower, there's no choice but to shut the water, grab your towel, and run to your station, half soapy or not. Every drop saved matters, because on a ship where everything depends on machinery, power, and teamwork, water isn't just comfort, it's survival. And once the water's secured, there's one more thing every sailor craves: sleep. When sailors finally get a few hours off, they retreat to what's called their berthing compartment, their version of home at sea. These rooms are narrow, metallic corridors packed with triple-stacked bunks called racks. Each rack is just big enough to crawl into, about half a meter of headroom. You can't sit upright. You pull the curtain, lie down, and hope for quiet. Under your mattress is a small storage space for personal items: letters, snacks, photos, headphones. Next to it, a locker for uniforms. Everything you own fits within arm's reach. Berthings are rarely quiet. At any hour, some sailors are sleeping while others are getting dressed for watch or returning from a shift. One sailor once said he fell asleep twice in the same hour. The first time in his rack, the second time standing up while pulling his boots on. That's what exhaustion looks like at sea. Engines hum, pipes hiss, and the intercom blares announcements through the night. To make things bearable, red lights replace bright ones at night, easier on tired eyes and night vision. Still, the sound and vibration of the ship never stop. Different ranks have different sleeping quarters. Junior enlisted sailors share huge communal berthings, sometimes 60 people or more in one space. Chief petty officers might share with 6 or 8 others with slightly more room. Officers get 1 to 4 per cabin, sometimes with a desk, and the highest ranks, the captain, XO, have private staterooms. But no matter the rank, the routine is the same. Crawl into your rack, pull the curtain, block out the noise, and sleep when you can. Because on a ship that never stops, rest is rationed like everything else. No silence, no privacy, no real night. Just engines, orders, and the next watch. Eat, shower, work, repeat. That's the rhythm, the heartbeat of a warship that never sleeps. Unlike life on land, there are no weekends or fixed nights aboard a carrier. The ship runs 24/7, and so does the crew. Sailors stand watches, work shifts that keep every system running around the clock. Depending on the department, a sailor might work 6 hours on, 12 off, or 4 on, 8 off. It sounds generous, but those off hours aren't always free. You still need to eat, shower, do laundry, attend briefings, and find time to sleep. For some, breakfast happens at midnight. For others, dinner comes just before dawn. Inside the ship, time loses meaning. It's always bright somewhere and always dark somewhere else. The rhythm never stops. On the bridge, officers steer the ship. In the engine room, machinists control the turbines. On the flight deck, crew launch and recover aircraft even in total darkness. Each part of the carrier is a gear in a massive clockwork machine, and that machine never sleeps. Fatigue is constant, but so is discipline. Most sailors learn to nap anywhere, in chairs, corners, or even standing. Coffee and energy drinks are as essential as oxygen. And yet, despite the exhaustion, there's pride. Because every person on board knows their role matters. A late meal, a missed watch, or a single mistake could disrupt an entire operation. But even that pressure fades in the quietest moments. The red glow of a hallway, the hum of engines, the sound of someone trying to sleep. But between the shifts and the noise, even the basics of life continue. Hygiene, routines, and a bit of normalcy. Life on a carrier is crowded and privacy barely exists. Even the bathrooms, called heads, are shared spaces, lined with rows of sinks, metal toilets, and shower stalls separated by thin curtains. Mornings and evenings are the busiest times, with sailors shaving, brushing teeth, and trying to grab a quick shower before their next watch. The space fills with the smell of soap, aftershave, and the faint scent of diesel carried through the vents. Cleanliness is a shared responsibility. Every department has its turn for compartment cleaning, known as field day. On those days, sailors scrub every surface, floors, sinks, and toilets, until the metal shines. It's not glamorous, but it's vital. A ship at sea can't afford disease or contamination. The constant motion of the ship adds another challenge. Shaving or brushing your teeth while the floor tilts isn't easy. Sailors learn to balance instinctively, one hand on the wall, one on the razor, and yet it's these small routines, shaving, showering, cleaning, that keep morale alive. They remind everyone that beneath the uniform, they're still human. Even in a place built for war, there's room for downtime. Carriers have gyms with weights and treadmills, lounges with TVs and gaming consoles, and small ship stores selling snacks, toiletries, and Navy souvenirs. Internet access is limited, sometimes just email, sometimes nothing at all. depending on where the ship is deployed. For many, letters from home or recorded video messages are priceless. Recreation nights might include movie screenings or the famous Steel Beach picnic, where the crew gathers on the flight deck for grilled food, music, and a brief taste of normal life under open skies. Moments like these build the bond that keeps the crew together. It's not luxury, but it's enough. Because when you live in a steel city that never sleeps, small comforts mean everything. Every day aboard an aircraft carrier is a loop. Eat, shower, sleep, repeat. But behind that routine lies one of the most complex human operations on Earth. Feeding thousands, producing fresh water from the sea, giving everyone a place to rest, all while running a floating airport and defending the seas. It's a masterpiece of engineering, discipline, and teamwork. For the sailors who call it home, life on board isn't easy. There's noise, crowding, exhaustion, and endless duty. But there's also pride. Pride in knowing that every jet launched, every mission flown, depends on their unseen work below deck. So the next time you see a carrier glide across the ocean, remember, beneath that towering flight deck is a living city. 5,000 men and women who eat, shower, and sleep in rhythm with the sea. They are the heartbeat of the Navy's floating cities. Heroes in boots and coveralls, keeping the world's mightiest ships alive. And when the ocean sleeps, they don't. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this look inside life at sea, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories from the fleet. Until next time, fair winds and following seas.